Welcome to Climbing Clouds Tarot. Just adjusting the camera. Okay, thank you so much for all the likes and subscribes. We're going to keep growing as a creatively supportive channel for like-minded vibe, like-minded vibe tribe here. And we'll keep supporting each other through all of these endeavors. You are human. You're allowed to make mistakes. This is all about learning how to love the path you're on, and because you are the creator of that. So you co-create obviously with God, but you're here for a reason. Don't be afraid to stand in your truth. Everybody's got their own truth. And anyways, let's get into a reading. I wanted to highlight the cards. I actually created a video and I accidentally erased it. So I wanted to just go over the highlights, and then I'll come back on after I pick up my kids and I'll create another one. Okay, so the Empress is the main theme here. This is really a time of abundance, and drawing that which you need you will be attracting that into your life. Just trust that. You don't need to go and chase after it. What is meant to be yours is yours, and nobody can take that away from you. Here you are standing in your success, and you have supportive energy. These are, in this deck, they call them different names, reliability and success, but this is the Six of Wands. It is often a victorious card. And then we have the Prince of Pentacles, or discs, which can be a slow moving, but very much still takes action. And this is a stable support. So the support you have is really grounded, is what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling with all this. It's very nurturing. We have the Six of Pentacles that keeps coming back up when I do drawings today. So I wanted to highlight that. That is a card of abundance as well. It's being able to give back to others. As you build for yourself, you're able to give back to others. And it's important to really, we've also got the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups. This is taking the time to really pour back to your own cup, taking care of your self-nurturing, self-love. This is the innocence of, the Page of Cups reminds me of the innocence of a child. Cups are often, pages are often children, and maybe like your own inner child. And then we have the Ace of Cups, which is a beautiful card. I remember this card that when I was about 12 is when I started reading tarot cards. I had gone through a huge shift over that year, over 12, 13, 14 is when I learned how to read tarot. And I would use this deck it's like from the late 60s. There's an old deck by Vicki Noble. They're round mother piece cards. I'm an introvert myself, so that was a new tool set for me to have, because I'm a really private person, and I had moved and I had to, kind of like start all over. But it helped to give me a set of tools. And you have that ability, the self-love. Okay, so the card that I'm speaking of had a person swan diving into a cup. And that's kind of what self-love is about, that it takes an element of faith, because we are our worst critics. We're so hard on ourselves. And it's hard when people say, make sure that you love yourself before you get into a relationship. I've been taking the last 3 years to try to really, really heal and get everything together so that I can be. I left an abusive marriage, but we're doing really well now as far as co-parents. I try to only speak highly, and even though sometimes we do vent, we have to, and we avoid each other. It's hard. He's a narcissist who, he's never going to admit that. But narcissists don't admit that, and they don't ever heal. So when you're dealing with something like that, it can take years to actually heal from the brainwashing and all of that can be something to untangle. So keep on moving forward. It's not going to always be easy, is my point. This channel, I used to start to listen to tarot and to kind of learn more about it, getting through different phases in my life when I had to cope with something, and this is no different. I've been listening to a lot of the wonderful channels that are out there since COVID began, and it inspired me to start my own channel for that reason, just to help others feel acknowledgement on the creative journey. We are all dealing with so much, and often there's no outlet in your life to be able to talk about it to anybody. I mean, you can get counseling. I get counseling regularly too, and that's great. But there's something about having outlets in your life where you can just be free and feeding your inner child. And I'm hoping that this is one of them for you. On this channel, you're allowed to be human. You're allowed to make mistakes. I might cuss sometimes. I don't know. Everything's spontaneous. I don't script anything. And these are authentic draws, so thank you for the kind of swan diving into this channel. All right. So it's the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Take that with you this week as you move into this abundant Empress energy, and know that you have the support you need, and the ability to support those around you. The more that you embrace your creative potential and the pathway that you're on, just keep grounding yourself. Let's draw a few cards on this. I also had drawn these cards, and I'll bring them up to you. The Fool is also about taking a leap of faith and starting a whole new chapter. The Fool is ruled by the inner child. It's the wisest card of the deck. They're not afraid to play the fool. It's abandonment on your path, like just going for it. It's like taking a leap of faith, jumping off of a cliff into your own life and having that type of faith. That's the Fool. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is anybody in the Nine of Pentacles state you don't need other people necessarily. You're not codependent anymore, which is great. You don't want to be codependent. And when you come together with another partner, both want to be independent to where you're not codependent on each other. Codependency, it just makes everybody weak. So the Fool and the Nine of Pentacles, and knowing that you have the ability to provide for yourself despite any past disappointments. This is the Five of Cups. And curiosity here. This is the Princess of Swords. Yeah, taking back your truth. This is a time for you to stand your ground with others. And so you might be feeling a lot of resistance. One of the cards that I had drawn too was all about that, as well as the Strength card. I would like to try to find that. I feel so bad that I deleted the video. I'll find it. The Strength card. This is a time of really embarking on learning power issues too. This is the King of Pentacles. All right, well, I'm not sure if I'll find it. If I find it again, I'll put it in the next video. But this is a time of building strength. This is also we keep getting the Four of Wands, the Four of Swords, all about stability and standing your own, the Four of Cups, standing in your center, finding your center, and owning where you are. And if people are trying to push you off your path, that's about them. That's not about you. Just keep moving forward. Keep standing your ground. It's worth it. You have nowhere else to go but on your ground, right? And so, I mean, where you are is where you are. So it's time to own it and embrace it and keep building your vision. This is a beautiful card. I'm going to leave it at this. It's called the Wealth card. It's a star, and it's the Ace of Pentacles, and it looks like a star. The star is very healing, but this is not the star card. It's the Ace of Pentacles, and this energy is all about being centered. Do you see how there's the 4 directions like a compass, and it's standing in your center, standing in your star in the center of the wheel, just like in the other reading about being the center of the Wheel of Fortune. This is the beginning of wealth for you, in a sense that what you're building will feed you and will keep feeding you as you learn to truly feed. These glasses are so reflective. I'm gonna have to get glasses that don't reflect so much. As you feed what's feeding you, it just keeps growing. And that's the whole point of standing your ground and being in your center. You might have projects that are a lot of, take a lot of courage for you. And so don't give up on them. Just keep doing what you need to do, because it will sustain you. The more energy you put into something, it builds up that strength. And when there's a lot of resistance, you build even more strength because of it. So in some ways, the obstacles that come your way and the haters or the naysayers, all of that builds strength of character for a reason. You are learning to deal with that that tension, and the tension builds strength. It's just the law of physics. Okay, so keep moving forward and building your strength no matter what's in your path. And thank you for liking and subscribing, Climbing Clouds. Let's keep climbing clouds together.